Hello beautiful people around the world, thank you so much for joining a real chick video. It's your favorite designer sisters from Detroit. Even if you know another designer sisters from Detroit, I'm your motherfucking favorite. All information in the description box below, as well as my custom order form to book your baby for all your custom apparel needs. Now, without further ado, let's quit on this yip yap and get into this video. What's up, y'all? Y'all might be able to see the pile of dirty laundry that's in the back, like back in my hallway. But you also shouldn't have seen it because you shouldn't be looking that hard. You should be looking right here. Yeah, right here. Today I'm going to be showing y'all how to turn a regular schmegular dress like this into something new, exciting, and different. I know somebody got a striped dress like this. Baby, I done had 3. Clock that T. I done had about 3 of them. Forever 21, R.I.P. But yeah, y'all, let's get into the video.
Alright, so first we're going to start out by cutting off the sleeves. So once you cut off the sleeves, it should look like this. And I'm recording this at Michael's right now, y'all, and they being loud as hell, being very rude. I'm trying to content it, but alright, so then you want to cut off, if you have like a little rib situation over the neck, you want to go ahead and cut that off. And you might be looking like, what is this black tape? We gonna get into that. Relax.
Every second, every minute, man, I swear that she can get it.
So here's the black tape, which is called draper's tape, and you just place this on your garment when you want to like plan out your cut before you cut it. So I already placed my tape on one arm, so you're gonna go ahead and do that on yours, and then you're gonna measure it so that you can do it on the other arm and make sure everything is even and looks right. So that's what you see me doing. I just measured it, and now I'm about to put the tape there, and I'm measuring it out, making sure it's all even, and I'm putting it on there. And because this new design is giving like a halter top situation, you're going to want to take the tape to the back and like, you know, measure it out, plan your cut before you cut it, because that's going to be like the top part of the halter top.
Put your hands up high, hands up high, hands up high.
Can y'all see me? Alright, so now I'm just about to make sure the both sides are even, and then I'm gonna come back and then we're gonna cut it out and, you know, do some more stuff.
Alright, y'all, so now I'm measuring again. You're gonna find that sewing is a whole lot of measuring numbers and math. So I'm measuring it again, make sure everything is even. And I don't even know how I'm measuring it, but I guess I'm taking it like making sure everything is the same distance from the middle. I don't know. But y'all see that top part? Yeah, that's gonna be the top part. That's gonna be the halter top part. So yep, and now what I'm doing is I'm taking the top and I'm planning out how low I want the back to go.
And I know your taste is a little bit high maintenance. Everybody else basic. You live life on an everyday basis with poetic justice. Poetic justice. If I told you that
as you're looking at this, all the space in between the two pieces of tape is what we're gonna cut out, and that's what's gonna shape the new design.
in the dark room, but you trusted. I mean, I write poems in these songs dedicated to you. When you're in the mood for empathy, there's blood in my pen.
So once you cut that middle part out, hold on, I'm too far yet. Hold on. Once you cut the middle part out, this is what your stuff is gonna look like. Yeah. And then I just went ahead and I trimmed up the sides, just make sure everything was even and made sure it looked the way I wanted it to look. But as you can see, I kept like a 1/4 of an inch. Hold on.
I really wanna know you all.
I cut about a 1/4 inch above my tape because that's going to be the seam allowance. So, and then you're going to cut the back in half, and then you're just going to tie it up to hold it in place temporarily while we work on the front part. Okay.
I really wanna show you off. Fuck that. Pour up plenty of champagne. Cold nights when you curse this name. You called up your girlfriend.
Just going to go ahead and cut the front as low as you want it, and you're going to like fold it outward. Then cut that excess, and that's how you gonna like know how to cut it. You gotta fold it out and then cut the excess, cut down, fold it out, cut the excess. You know, take it slow. You don't want to do too much, and don't overdo it either, y'all, because again, seam allowance. Okay, so I'm just shortening it. I'm shortening it, making it shorter. Shortening it up. And you ain't got to do this part. It's optional, but my client wanted to look like a real hoochie. She said I want to damn near be naked. So, yeah, I'm shortening it up. So now you're going to go ahead and cut the seam that connected the front pattern piece to the back pattern piece. You're going to go ahead and you're going to cut that, or the front of the dress and the back of the dress. You're going to cut that, and then you just want to trim up the sides to make sure that's even. And then you're going to be doing a rolled hem for the hem. And as you can see, it's basically just you roll it and then you roll it again twice. So it's just a nice clean look. And this is me doing it a little bit slower. So you see I'm just rolling it once, and then I'm rolling it again, and then I'm pinning it. And it's usually about 1/4 of an inch that you're rolling. So, yeah. So this is what your finished of pinning your hem should look like. It should be no rough edges showing. They should all be tucked inside of the rolled hem. And now you're just going to go ahead and sew that up in a straight stitch or a stretch stitch. I believe I did a stretch stitch, a stretch straight stitch. Say that 5 times. And now we're just double roll him, and whatever the hell I called it. Now we're just gonna do that to the bottom to finish off the bottom. But I could never right my wrongs unless I write it down for real. P.S. And you're gonna do that straight stretch stitch, straight stretch stitch, straight stretch stitch. You're gonna go ahead and bring it to the sewing machine and sew it. And when you're sewing the bottom hem, make sure you leave a small gap in between the stitch so you don't close it completely, because now we're gonna go in with our elastic and our elastic feeder, and we're gonna feed it through that tube. If you don't have one of these, that's fine. You could use a bobby pin or a safety pin, but this is the easiest method. And y'all, I don't know if that's how you connect it with like the little knot I did. Look, just make sure it's secure at the end. Just start feeding it through the little tunnel, tube, casing, whatever you call it. Just go ahead and feed that through there. And the purpose of this is so that the bottom of the skirt won't ride up as you move and dancing and just living your everyday life.
Stop it.
So right now I'm just like straightening out the elastic, making sure it's not too bundled up in one spot, and just making sure it's all evenly elastified. I don't know, y'all, I just be saying stuff, but y'all see it, y'all see the visual. So yeah. Right here I'm getting ready to tie it off, so I'm just testing the the stretch of it, making sure everything is everything, and I just tie it into a knot, and then I cut off the end. And then, yep, this is me testing it, making sure everything is cool. And then now I'm taking it back to the sewing machine, because we're gonna close the little section that we left open so that we will be able to feed the elastic through. So we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna close that up. Now just go ahead and clean up the slit in the front, the cleavage. I don't know, y'all see what I'm doing. And we're gonna go ahead and finish that off with a rolled hem as well. this is what your dress should look like now at this point. As you can see, it is a completely different design. Now we gotta snatch that waist, y'all, because if it ain't snatched, I don't want it. So this is a dart, and I talked about this in another video. So a dart is just taking out excess fabric for a tighter fit, more form-fitting fit, and that is just what we're doing. Then we're going to, hold on, let me watch with y'all, because what am I doing? Okay, so is it a double hem or roll hem or a regular hem? Okay, it's just a regular hem, y'all. So just fold it forward and then pin it, and we're gonna sew that, and that's how we're gonna finish off the ends for that.
Every second, every minute, man, I swear that she can get it. Saying, if you a bad bitch, put your hands up high, hands up high, hands up high. Tell them dim the lights down right now, put me in the booth. I'm talking about dark.
Next, you're just gonna clean it off, like as if it's any fabric like hanging off the ends or anything. You're just gonna cut it and clean it up. Make sure it's looking all nice and neat.
I'm talking about dark,
I recognize your fragrance. Hold up, you ain't never gotta say shit.
This is what yours should look like. And then to finish off the tutorial, we're gonna be adding hook and eyes to it, to the back. You can either add 1 or 2, 3, depending on what you need. And this is the clamp for the halter top, so that you don't have to tie it in the back. Yeah. And how you're gonna want to sew it on is you're gonna want to do like a wave type of movement. So I'm gonna demonstrate that now. You always want to start on the wrong side of the fabric, so you're gonna go up through like the little circle part, and then down, up, down, up, down, up, down, like straight across. And that's how you make sure it's the most secure that it can be, because it's going to be under a lot of tension.
All right, y'all, so that does conclude the video. Thank you so much for making it this far. Please like, comment, and subscribe so that you can come back next week, and the week after that, and the week after that, and the week after that, and the week after that. But if you don't want to like and you don't want to comment, I would at the very least say definitely subscribe heavy on that, because if you're not subscribed, you a lame. That's a shame. So you can't hang with us. Peace.